Hey everyone, day 2 of vacation, more like staycation. We're not actually going anywhere this week. Thought I'd come outside. It's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. We're about +9, +10 today. Still breezy. As you can see, my hair blowing in the wind here, despite me kind of being inside the car. So I'm out here just cleaning up the car. Desperately needed it after the winter weather. The only downside is I can't vacuum it, which is really sad. Our house, for whatever reason, does not have any exterior plugs that work, so I can't actually plug in our shop vac and go for it right now. I'll have to take it to one of the industrial vacuum places, but even at that, we went to one last summer, and I don't know if anybody else experiences the same thing that we do. We've tried a couple different ones around where we live, and they just don't seem to have the power that they're supposed to. For an industrial vacuum, I would expect it to take everything up out of the carpets, and I was quite disappointed last year. So I don't know if we just hit a bad one or what, but we'll give another one a shot. We have one that's a little bit closer to home, so I'll try that one once I get actually the car cleared out of, the garbage, the wrappers, everything that sort of got shoved under the seats that I wasn't aware of. So that's what I'm cleaning up right now. Have to find some stuff to clean the dash because there is an abundance of dust, which is unfortunate. But it always happens throughout the winter. You're going through salt and sand, and it just builds up in the car. We don't have a garage here, so it's nowhere I can actually pull it into during the winter and do these things. So we wait for the warm weather, and that's what I'm doing right now. Might do a little walk around of the property. Pretty much all the snow is gone, which is awesome. However, all the bugs are out. I don't know if you can see the bee buzzing around the back of my head here. He seems to be around me a lot, and he's driving me nuts. Not a honeybee, it's a wasp. So don't need him to sting me at all. Oh, yeah, there he is. I might take you a quick walk around. There's a couple things that I saw popping up, which is exciting, and sure signs of spring right around the corner. I guess technically it is spring the end of this week. All right, so here are our sure signs of spring coming up. We have, I don't know if I can get it good. I think those are tulips. Right there. Tulips or crocuses. What's funny, so this is my sad state of my front garden. I've been trying to make this into a flower garden for the last 2 years, and it's just not coming together very well. Our first little flower, not sure what those are, but it is super cute, and it's always a great sign of spring. I did try to clean up all the bulbs that were in here. Actually, beside last year's buckets, we have a whole bunch of tulips coming up here. We also still have our lights on our house. We need to take those down pretty soon. But yeah, I don't know where these come from. I think the squirrels replant them on me because I dig them up every year, and it seems like more and more come up even though I am digging. It's hard to believe as I come around the side of the house here into the backyard that there was so much snow on the ground, and that was less than a week ago. And now here we are, and it's gone. There's a couple places deep in the bush that we still have a couple spots of snow here and there, but for the most part it is gone. So I'm going to take you over here. This is where some of these wildflowers pop up, so I want to see if we have any popping up already. A lot of this, so where we have that little bush and then this bush here, I want to start getting those down sooner than later before they get some greenery on them. It'll be a lot easier to take them down. I took one down last year that was kind of right in the middle there. You can't even see it now, and we can mow over it, which is great. This is kind of a pile of rocks. Not sure what that is or was. Some tall grass spindly. They do flower, but we'll cut those down this year as well. So this right here is a lilac that we have, another lilac right there, and then that is actually a lilac tree. I'm going to keep that one. I am going to take one of these two down, maybe both of them this year. I do love lilacs, but this whole bush right here, that is all lilacs. So we do still have lots of them. And in the backfield we have lots as well. So, which I love because they smell so nice when they start to blossom and flower. Makes the whole backyard smell really nice. So let's go and just see if we have anything popping up here. I don't know if we will quite yet. Obviously everything was pretty overgrown last year. We didn't get back here with the lawnmower, the weed eater, primarily because I always feel guilty because when there's flowers here, I don't want to cut them down. But I don't see any popping up quite yet. So probably in another couple weeks we'll start seeing them pop up. We'll have to get out here this year with the weed eater, get things mowed down a little bit better. So here's a little bit better look. I know we came back here when the snow was still up. A little bit of snow there, but not much, which is nice. This is where I want my garden. So I'm hoping there's a little bit of a ridge right here, and I'm hoping that's where we can plant some raised garden beds and start our veggie garden. See if we can make it over here. So we cut all this down last year. This was all very tall grass, basically a hayfield, and that's what it used to be when the previous owners lived here. So I don't think we'll be able to see it quite yet. I think it's right kind of in this area here that we'll see some rhubarb popping up. Actually, I think it was a big L shape, so I might be actually be standing on where the rhubarb will pop up, but we'll start seeing that. I usually give a bunch of away because I just can't eat it all. So yes, this is kind of the backfield without the snow now. Then we'll get in behind. So that right straight ahead of me is the pond that we walked on the other side of there a little bit ago. And then in behind here, I still see some snow on the ground back there, but that's a really pretty spot too. We have a lot of pine trees and cedar trees back there. I would love to make a little spot back there in the future. Lots of things to do, lots of projects we want to get done, lots of ideas. I thought we'd get outside for a little bit today. Plus 17 today, which is great. It is still windy, but you know what? I'll take the wind. So yeah, we're just outside letting the dog run around a little bit. He's been cooped up in the house just because it's so wet and muddy, but it's actually dried out quite a bit today. So thought I'd let him come outside, have a bit of a run. We had to come out, clean out the trailer a little bit. We had a lot of garbage in there. Looks like we may have had a mouse go in there this year, which is the first time we've ever had any problems with mice in the trailer. So we'll have to investigate that a little bit more. A lot of bugs, a lot of dead flies, a lot of dead bees. So we swept all those out, got rid of some stuff that we just haven't cleaned out in the last little while. Sadly, we haven't used our trailer in the last 3 seasons. Just the way life goes sometimes. You can't always use it when you want to, so it's been sitting. Other than that, just enjoying the warm weather and the sunshine today. I thought I'd show you another pathway that we were working on last year. You can see sort of right in front of Tucker there's a bunch of branches that we had left from last fall. So we started clearing sort of this area out in front of the camera there. My hope and my vision is that we can turn this kind of into a pathway this year. Again, want to clear this area. All in here was all brush last year, so we were able to cut that down quite nicely. We made this pathway here that I'll go through right now. So this was all overgrown, made this pathway. Of course, lots of leaves. We're right below a huge maple tree and a big pine tree as well, so we get lots of pine cones in the summer. One fun little thing in this property, so this is kind of, you can see the side of the barn there, side of the house there. We had this old well, and surprisingly enough, it still works. We usually come out here and pump the water every so often and get rid of the styrofoam. Not sure where that came from. But the old squeaky well, oh, here comes Tucker for a drink, still pumps out water. Whoop. Which is pretty surprising. So definitely nice to know that we have another water source if we absolutely needed it. Not good for drinking water, but good for other things if we ever got stuck without our water. So a couple of these trees, I did trim this tree back last year. I'll probably have to completely cut it down. Not exactly sure what kind of tree it is. So right in behind here, so this is in behind that lilac bush that we saw in the last video. I would love to clear just all that out, make that open space. This right here is the big maple that we have. So it spans a huge amount. So this is a great spot in the summertime. It's nice and shady back here. So it is nice, keeps cool. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was a maple as well. Time will tell again, I guess, when we get the leaves on the trees again. This I cut all down last year, and really what I'm trying to accomplish by doing all this is in the middle of this old stone area. So as I see, that's still the other stone part of the old farmhouse. I would love to turn this whole area into sort of like a fire pit area. Get rid of all these trees, so you don't want to have those around when we're making a fire pit. Want to get all this brush down this year. I started cutting it down last year and it just gets too thick once it starts to flower and once it starts to get leaves on it. It's very hard. Now the only challenging part is we have a lot of rock here, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I think I'll probably have to pour a foundation of some sort so we can actually have a flat surface. A lot of Easter eggs on this property as well. So I mean, obviously we have an old wash basin, maybe. I'm not sure what that was used for in the past. But that is what I want to get out this year. An old Singer sewing machine base. I would love to get that out. It's very, very heavy. So definitely need some help getting that one out. But probably repaint it, bring it back to life. Maybe make a table out of it, something like that. So definitely my ideas, but I would love to sort of make all of this a really nice pathway. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's my vision. So hopefully throughout this year we can start working on that. Probably won't get completely done, but we can at least start it.